my thing is just that I don't want to just give up on content creating, because I feel like there's no way that I wanted to do this from years ago, and it's just like, it's not for me. I'm trying to see. I think this is good. All right. Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, or welcome. Wait, what? Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. What should I say? All right. Hey girl, welcome, or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sha'Kenya, and this is gonna be a get ready with me. I just want to do a life update, let y'all know what's been going on, because I have been gone for about 2 weeks and a few days. As you can see, I just was like trying to figure out my intro because I have not been on camera for a while. 2 weeks and 2 days, to be exact. Oh my gosh. Anyways, let's just jump right on into the video. So, as always, all of the products that I'm using will be linked below. If I'm not like putting them up in the camera, they definitely, you can find them in the description box. So the last time that y'all saw me, right, was my Therapy Thursday video. So we're gonna get into that because, girl, let's just say, first of all, if you did watch the full video, I did say that I knew that the video might, you know, like bother a few people, just because sometimes people don't like to hear your truth. So that definitely was the case. And actually, it's not that I'm not going to be doing Therapy Thursday, it's just that I'm going to make it like a segment into like my get ready with me's, or when I have vlogs and stuff. I'm just going to try to like share basically what I'm going through at the time mentally. This is how it was supposed to be. How I was supposed to be, the structure of the video was to let you guys know where certain things stemmed from, and then let y'all know how I've learned how to deal with those things, and I'm still dealing with them, right? Let me tell you exactly what happened. So last week I sit down, I record a video on the couch like I did the first episode, and then I was like, you know what, let me like not put on makeup. We just gonna act like this is a real therapy session. Show up, let me show up how I usually show up in therapy, right? Because I don't show up in therapy with makeup on, full glam, none of that stuff. Like, I show up as I am. So I sit there, I do the video, and like I said, I ended up reaching out to my friend. I'm like, listen, this is very boring, I can't do this. So I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, and she was trying to help me figure out ways. And then we spoke about like doing it like in a get ready with me or something like that. So then I bring the camera into my favorite spot of the house, which is the bathroom. And I know y'all probably noticed it's different because we changed the shower curtain. So yeah, I bring the camera up in here, honey, because I'm like, you know what, this is my comfort space. I don't know what it is with the bathroom, but I don't know, it's just been my space. So I bring the camera in here, I start to record, and I do the whole video, and I'm just like, no, I'm not feeling it. I'm still not feeling it. And I just think that I think that honestly, hold on. So yeah, anyways, I come in here, do the video, whatever, thinking that everything's gonna be great, and no, I still just was not feeling it. So I was like, you know what, I prayed about it, just like I did before I even started the series, and I felt very good about it, but it's not the time. I think it's just not the time. That's what I think. I don't feel like I shouldn't be doing that. I just think the way that I'm trying to do it, it's not the time for it. The way that I'm trying to have it structured, because the way I was doing it was kind of like how people sit down for a podcast. If you saw it, if you didn't, just trying to give you a visual. So I'm just like, maybe it's just not the time. Because one thing though that I know for sure when it comes to mental health, I definitely want it to be some longevity with that. Like, as far as me, what I'm trying to do with it, I want it to be longevity. And I just don't want to do something now and then just like flops so badly that, even though I'm okay with failing, I'm okay with trying things and then not working out, but I just honestly and truly feel like it's not the time. I just want to go with how I feel, because that's what I've been working on lately. So this is the best way for me to actually do it, right? So right now I'm about to give you an example of how I've been working on specific things into therapy. So basically I've been having like aha moments right now. Like I just said, I'm trying to listen to myself. So recently I had a job interview, And for whatever reason, something just didn't sit right with me about it. Not even for whatever reason. It was a few reasons. Number one, right now, Amir really needs me to be attentive to everything that he's doing, because he does have a teacher that comes during the week. He also is going through speech therapy. So those things, is just like, I had to really sit down and think about it. I'm like, how am I going to try to work? And I know that my son really needs my full attention with this. Like, he needs me to be all the way in. Like, there is no half stepping with this, and he's most important to me. And I get that, like, I would like to be working, yeah, I would, but on top of that, it's not even what I want to do. If it was something that I had some type of interest in, then I would have tried to figure something out. Like, I would have did the interview, asked them, is there any way we could work around something with my schedule, anything. But it just felt unsettling to me. Like, my stomach was literally hurting when I spoke to my therapist about it. My stomach was in a knot. I don't want to do anything that makes me feel like that. Like, I felt very uneasy, and I was just like, I don't like this feeling. And I was just I've always had issues with trusting myself, because I have trust issues in general, right? I have trust issues in general with people because of my childhood. So not my whole entire childhood, but things that I've been through with my mom as a child into a teenager, adult, whatever. So that's caused me to have trust issues with people, but I also don't trust myself. I feel like I never can. I feel like it's very hard for me to make decisions for myself. I always need somebody's advice or some help, or just to get feedback. And it's just like, and I'm very indecisive. Due to me having those trust issues, like, it's just always been hard for me to, I guess, make decisions, because I just never feel sure of myself with anything. I always just feel like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. And I'm always also scared to do the wrong thing, because I'm scared of messing up and then being criticized about it, because I was criticized a lot by my mom when I was a child, right? And I also just want to say this. I just want to touch on this really fast. At this point in my life, I just feel like I have to accept people for who they are. And I'm no longer trying to be in a space with my mom where I'm like trying to change who she is as a person. She is who she is, and she's that way for a few different reasons, and some of those reasons are because of how her childhood was. And I do understand at the same time when it's not an excuse, because you don't have to be a product of your environment. You don't have to be right, you don't have to repeat cycles, which I'm choosing not to do. But unfortunately, that was not the same situation for her. And I just came to the conclusion that whether I like it or not, my mom really believes that she was doing her best. Or at least that's what she tells me. And if that's what she feels, then I have no choice but to respect that. For me, I just feel like I should just respect it at this point, because it just is what it is. Like, you just cannot make people be who you want them to be. They have to want to be better, you know, and they have to want to change. And that's with everybody. And I'm seeing that a lot now in my life. And I'm just like, if the person is not showing up for me the way I need them to, then so be it. Then I just have to love them from a distance, and I have to handle them accordingly where it's not going to affect me mentally. So, that being said, I just have to protect my peace. Now, dang, this eyebrow looks so much better than this one. And I'm also growing on my eyebrows. So it's just like, I'm having a tough time doing my eyebrows. I don't know why I sat there and recorded an eyebrow routine video for TikTok and Instagram, knowing that it wasn't my best. But I was trying, and that's all that matters, is that I tried. So you know what, whatever. So anyways, like I was saying, because I don't want to get off topic, yeah, I just have those type of trust issues, right, because of our relationship. And I'm just like, I'm trying to just move forward, you know, trust myself more. And with that situation, with that interview, I just was really trying to listen to myself. And it was like, okay, if your brain can't figure it out, your body will tell you. Like, my body was literally, like I said, my stomach was hurting. So that right there was a clear indication that something is wrong. Like, you just gonna be doing something just for the money. And I did that almost all of my life. Like, I always just went to work just for money, just so like I could live the life that I wanted to live, you know. Not entirely, because obviously I always felt like, oh, you know, I could have this more, or I could do this and that. But and I always wanted to elevate. Like, also too, nothing was never enough. Like, and I have to, and that's what I'm doing now too, practicing gratitude. But I don't want to get off topic. Let's stay on track. So anyways, like I said, see, I'm starting to get nervous because it's so hard for me. Like, my brain moves so fast. I feel like that it's moving faster than my mouth, and then I'm thinking about things and I keep saying other things. Like, it's so hard for me to stay on topic. But okay. Not me getting warm. I'm getting warm. Like, the girl don't pass out now. All right. Because I literally was telling my therapist this, and this really bothers me, but I'll get on that in a minute. So yeah, that being said, let me just wrap that up. That being said, I went with what my body felt, and I felt good about me listening to my body. I did cry it out because I was like, dang, I really want to work. But at the same time, I'm just like, you're not living a horrible life. Like, you're not doing terrible. So if you're able to not work, if you're still able to not work, then don't work, you know, until it's something that really fits you, or just something that you feel good about. It doesn't even have to be something I absolutely love, but if I feel good about it, then why not do it, you know? That being said, like I said, I just decided not to do the interview. I felt good about my decision. That was that. Now, also, another thing I spoke to my therapist about this week, because that was live. Hey, you guys, I'm so sorry. At this point, I did not even realize that my camera was not in focus. So it's not going to be back in focus until 19 minutes and 28 seconds. So if you can, just like, if it's not bothering you too much, just stick it out. And if so, just listen to what I'm saying up until it gets to 19 minutes and 28 seconds. Again, I'm so sorry. I really did not even notice. Last week, I told her that I just feel like when I had to do my makeup, not me standing here running my mouth the whole time. I was telling her that I just really struggle with, like, oh, that's a lot. I was telling her that I struggle with, like, how I'm trying to communicate, because I was telling her basically about, like, my therapy Thursdays, and I was just like, I'm trying to talk, but I just feel like I'm jumping around. I don't even know if I jumped around really in that video, but whenever I'm talking, it's just so hard for me to get out what I'm saying, because I'm just always jumping around so much, and I just feel like it's like I always have a point, but I have so much to say that I'm not articulating things right sometimes, and also, like I said, I'm jumping around, and it's just like all over the place. So that I'm trying to work on. So please bear with me if you are like watching my videos to the end and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it, but I'm trying my hardest, because I don't know what that is, but it's really hard for me. It is. So the anxiety right now. I'm just working on that, and she just basically told me to, like, my lesson from therapy last Friday was to slow down, breathe, and prepare, and that's what I did for this video. So I just took my time, got my stuff together, wrote out what I need to talk about, my sticky notes. I have it on the mirror, and that's me preparing. So I'm just gonna take it one day at a time, one step at a time, and just really just breathe through it all, because it's just too much. Sometimes it just feels so overwhelming. And oh, one thing I wanted to say too, right? I wanted to speak on that, because when I just said, like, I'm not articulating myself sometimes the right way, I wanted to make sure I was very clear about something, because Amir's dad, he spoke to me about something that I said in a video, and I explained it to him, and he was like, yeah, but that doesn't sound like that. Like, that sounds like you don't want to be alive. And it's not funny, actually. It's not funny. So in that video, I had said that, like, sometimes I don't feel like waking up. But I made it very clear. I said, but I don't want to die. I feel like I don't want to wake up. But that's a part of me going through depression. Like, I do not feel like I am going through depression anymore. I said that in the last video. As far as, like, postpartum depression or regular depression, I don't think I'm going through any, but I don't know. I just think that now I'm just battling with my anxiety and my imposter syndrome. I wanted to be very clear that that's definitely not how I feel. I just, like, with depression, I've just always been, like, sleep it away. So, like, even when I was working and I was depressed, I would just go to work, come home, sleep it away. Like, sleep. Like, that was just my thing. So that's what I meant. I just wanted to be clear about that. So moving forward, let's just talk about imposter syndrome, right? because what I've been dealing with lately too is watching everybody else on Instagram, and not just any old thing. I'm talking about influencers. If you look at my followers on Instagram, I mean who I'm following on Instagram, I'm following influencers only. The only people that I follow that are not influencers are like people that I have some type of they're like family to me, or they are my family. That's it. I'm not following anyone else because I just want a peace of mind, and I just feel like if I ever feel like you caused me to not have a peace of mind, then I'm not gonna follow you back, because I just don't want to see no negativity. I don't want to see no subliminals. I don't want to see no complaining, and that's just where I'm at with everything in my life. Like, I just literally cannot take it, and I'm just being dead honest with y'all. I literally cannot handle negativity. I cannot. So now I just have to I'm definitely doing things that are bringing me peace. Like, so that's a part of what I've learned in therapy. Like, whatever I don't want to do, I'm not doing it. You know, people tell me all the time when they don't want to do stuff, and it's like, it hurts my feelings, yeah, sometimes, but it's like, that person don't want to do it, so you can't get mad at them. But now when you don't want to do something, then don't do it. Like, don't feel obligated, or don't feel like, oh, well, then I have to show up for them, because maybe you just don't want to. Like, it's not about, I'm not being petty or anything. That's with anyone. It's just that I just don't want to do it, and I don't like the fact that I was feeling like I had to be forced to do things, like, if I didn't feel like doing it. And not forced, but I was choosing to do things, and it was like, well, if I don't do it, then it's gonna bring up a problem or something. I don't want to feel like that with anybody or anything. So if I don't want to show up, I don't want to show up, in whatever way that is. Anyways, imposter syndrome I've been experiencing from Instagram is from me watching other content creators and me trying to just like say, oh, okay, yeah, this is how they do this. Like, because you know how you watch people, right, to like see, okay, how do I do this type of style of video, but then I'm trying to watch them without trying to do the same exact thing as them. Like, because it's like, even though some videos you are gonna do is gonna be things that are the same. Like, if I'm doing a this side of my face, like it's like a trend video, like I blend this side with a beauty blender, this side with a brush. Or now it's a new trend that I want to try, the blush underneath the eyes, the ombre blush thing. Like, yeah, I do want to try that stuff, but it's just to a certain extent, I just feel like I'm watching other people and it's making me feel like I can't do that, or, oh, you're not gonna work out in a space and stuff like that. And it's just like, girl, get it together. Get it together and get a grip on your life, because as Lauren would say, Lauren is my friend, get a grip, because you are losing control at this point. Like, get it together. So that's what I'm trying to do, get it together. And that's why I am not, oh, that's how I got to saying doing what I don't want to do. Like, yeah, I just cannot follow people though that are just gonna put me in a, I don't want to see anything negative. I don't want to see negativity. So even if it's somebody that I'm following that's an influencer, which most of the time they don't do that, because most people keep it very professional, and they don't just complain and rant about any random thing. So yeah, I'm dealing with imposter syndrome, and I'm just trying to tell myself, like, listen, you deserve this, you can do this, you've wanted this for so long. Just show up and stop overthinking. Stop thinking that you got to be perfect all the time. And that's another thing that plays a part in my childhood, when constantly being said, oh, well, you're not doing this, you're not accomplishing this. Mind you, I was accomplishing a lot, but when the person hasn't accomplished those things, they can rub their insecurities off on you, or their fears, or whatever, or just try to break you down because they're not happy. So those things happen, and then that stuff affects you for the rest of your life. Well, it can affect you for the rest of your life. I know for me, I'm not gonna say it's gonna affect me for the rest of my life, because that's the point of me healing right now, you know. But girl, I'm a work in progress. I'm just a work in progress, and I'm glad that I decided to get on camera today, to show up, to tell myself we're not gonna lay around, we're not gonna say tomorrow, because tomorrow's gonna come, and then it's gonna be tomorrow again, and it's just a cycle, and I'm just not trying to do that. All right, so let me just say this. I have had fears when it came to me doing hair. Like, I'm such a perfectionist that, like, even when it came to learning new things, if I felt like I didn't know it good enough, I did not want to do it on people, because I was like, well, I don't want them to go and talk about me and say this girl messed up my hair. That's literally how I felt. And now I just feel like, because of that, I did not grow the way I wanted to as a hairstylist, right? And then it got to the point where I didn't grow the way I wanted to grow, and then now I just don't even want to do hair anymore. And my thing is that content creating is something that I wanted to do from when I can remember was I wanted to do it before 2016, but 2016 is when I really was like, wait, I want to get on YouTube. Before that, I had tried to do like a blog on oh my god, I don't know the name of it. I have to go on my phone and look, because I have a screenshot of like when I was trying to do like a blog. But it really was only for pictures. It was a social media thing that we had, and it was only for pictures, and you just upload it on a timeline. And I was treating that as like a blog style, and that was the first time I ever shopped at Sephora. And my thing is just that I don't want to just give up on content creating, because I feel like there's no way that I wanted to do this from years ago, and it's just like, it's not for me. And sometimes you could try stuff and it does not work out for you, right? But I just feel like I've tried this years ago. Like, I've always wanted this, and I want to give my all. And I'm trying to give my all, but I'm so much in my head and feeling like things are not perfect that I just won't give my all. I won't show up because I get scared. It's like I'll start posting consistently, and then I'll fall back because I get scared. And I'm like, what are you scared of? Like, just do it already. Like, please, girlfriend, because you're killing me. Like, you're really killing me. It's just like a lot. And I'm like, girl, please get it together, because you're only getting older. You're only getting older. And it doesn't mean that, listen, let me tell you something. There are content creators that are older than me. There are people that could be, let's just say, they could be my mother. Actually, they could be my mother. Dang, I forgot what her name is. Okay, one of them is Tennille. But it's another one that I just saw at Essence Fest, and I've come across her page a few times. She does a lot of hair videos, but she does makeup too. I'm gonna put her name on the screen once when I'm editing. But it's like, it doesn't mean that I'm getting older and this content creating can't pop up for me when I'm older, but I don't want it to pop up for me when I'm older. I want it to pop up for me now. Like, this is what I really want. I really do want it. I really do. And I know maybe it might not seem like it sometimes to some people, because I struggle with staying consistent, but I really had to realize that I struggle with staying consistent in everything. In everything. Like, in a lot of things. With people, with myself, with everything, literally. Like, so it's just not just content creating. It's like, it's not that I don't show up for myself only. Like, I don't show up for other people either. And while I'm talking about that, let's segue into another lesson that I learned in therapy. Why I keep saying into therapy? So I always thought that I was like this great friend, right? And I'm not saying that I'm not a great friend, but I have noticed with one of my friends that I feel like I've been noticed as though that I don't show up for her as much. Like, she always shows up for me, and I just want to show up for her more, especially right now. She's having this big thing is happening in her life, and I really want to show up for her. I don't want to say it because even though I'm not saying her name, I just don't want to say it. Like, y'all found out at some point. So I just feel like I need to show up for her more, and I'm like, it's really just because like I get into these moods where I just don't want to be social, and I really think I am an introvert, and I never really thought about that before. Like, when people talk about stuff like that, I kind of just like brush it off, like zodiac signs, introvert, extrovert, but that stuff is really real. Not zodiac sign, I don't believe in that. But and being an introvert, extrovert, all that other stuff, omnivert, whatever the heck, all of those different things, sometimes it's just a bit much, but it's a real thing. And I'm just like, girl, you are an introvert. I had to really notice it. And I thought about it too, because when I was younger and my mom would always be at work, I literally loved just being at home by myself. I was like, this is the life. I ain't gotta hear nobody complaining, bothering me, yelling at me, nothing. Like, I just really like to be by myself. But then as I got older, I felt lonely when I was a teenager, and I was like, I don't want to be by myself. And I spent a lot of time with my best friend. Like, we basically, yeah, I was like living with her. Like, whenever I wasn't home, I was at her house. So, and then we worked together at McDonald's. So, it was just like, yeah, like, that's just what it was. Like, but I just noticed now that I'm like really an introvert, and I just feel like I gotta show up more for my friends. And Amir's dad had to tell me that too. He was like, y'all need to start going out. I mean, like, going to each other's houses more and stuff like that. Why do you and your girls feel like y'all always have to like go out and spend money to like be around each other or to have a good time? And I'm like, wow, he's right. He's like, that's the problem with y'all women. Y'all always want to go out and spend money. Y'all could just pull up to each other's house and just chill. Like, why you feel like you gotta do all of that? Like, what's the, like? And he's right, because what is the point? Like, I mean, like, why do we feel like that? Why do we always gotta spend money? Then we gotta look for outfits and all that stuff. Girl, just pull up to the crib, girl. But it's just, I think women, I don't know what our problem is, especially when you have a man, because I definitely have been that girl, like, just always just being home and just be like, oh yeah, I'll just be home, and then when my man's home, be with him and this and that. It's just like, it's hard for us. It really is. I believe it is. And I know that people can relate, because it's just really a thing. But I just want to be more like, I just want to show up more, like I said, for my friends. I just want to show up more. What is that? When I said in the beginning, like, I've been having aha moments, it's because, like, I've just really been realizing, like, some of the stuff that my therapist has been telling me is very true. Like, she told me one day when I was telling her how I was feeling about a certain situation, she was telling me, like, everything's not about you, and you never know what other people are going through. And I just kept feeling like, oh, well, somebody's not showing up for me, and I don't understand why, this and that, and, oh, I don't feel as important, like I'm an important person in their life. And it's like, sometimes people are really just not. This lady, Myleek, she's on Instagram, I follow her. She posted that the other day, like, sometimes people literally are just not. She said sometimes, and it is definitely just sometimes, because I've had people do that to me on purpose. But sometimes people are really not thinking about you, because they have just so many other things going on. And it's like, you're sitting here taking things so personal and thinking that you giving yourself like main character roles in their life, and it's not that you're not, but it's like, bro, they have other things going on. And while you sitting here thinking, you meaning me, thinking like somebody's not thinking about me, or oh, maybe they don't think I'm not an important person in their life. Why am I stuttering? They thinking I may not be important in their life. That's not what it is. It's just that life is lifing, and life is lifing for everybody. And also too, they just not even thinking about that. Like, really, honestly and truly. Okay, I had to let my camera cool down, so I just went to wash some dishes and clean the kitchen while my camera was cooling down, because it cut off. I don't remember where I left off at, but I'm just gonna finish off from my second post-it, which I believe I was talking about imposter syndrome, trying to figure out what my platform is gonna be, my full-time platform, because as much as I love YouTube because I feel like I can just kind of like just do whatever. That's the problem. That's why I'm having imposter syndrome, because I feel like on YouTube I could be myself, and I feel like on TikTok and Instagram, I don't know why I feel like I can't be myself. I don't know if I just think that people are not interested. I don't know if I don't want to be looked at a certain way. I don't know, but I really just want to be myself, and I think that's what the problem is. The problem is probably that that I'm just feeling like I can't fully be me on there, and I just don't know why. I just feel scared. I don't know if it's because people could just say nasty things to you, even though people say nasty things on here too, but it's just like, I feel like on YouTube it's kind of, I don't even know, maybe I might be tripping saying it's under control more, because I don't think it is actually. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I could be more myself on here, but I really do want to be on the other platforms, because I feel like you need to. But at the same time, then I'll be seeing people on TikTok who's doing extremely well, and then I go on their Instagram and it's like they don't have a huge following. So I'm just trying to figure that out, because I'm like, do you really need it? I mean, you do definitely need it, because why not have all platforms, you know? But it doesn't mean though that you have to do all platforms at one time, and that's the thing, and I already know that. This blush is barely even showing up. It's a dilemma. It's a dilemma. Clearly, it's a dilemma. As far as my YouTube, though, posting, I think I'm going to, because I was doing twice a week, sometimes 3 times. I was doing Sunday and Wednesday. If you don't know, Sunday is the first day of the, well, if you don't know, Sunday is the first day of the week. That's why on the calendar, the S that's before the M is for Sunday. Just so you know, because I don't know if somebody might think like, oh, what are you talking about? Yeah, I was posting 2 times a week or 3 times. Usually it was Sundays and Wednesdays, or I would do Sunday too. I think some weeks I did Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It just depended on how much content I had. But I think right now I think right now, until I figure out what is going on with me, and to just give myself some grace and not put too much pressure on myself, I'm gonna have to go back to posting just once a week. Because when I first started out in the beginning of the year, I was doing once a week, and I didn't really feel much pressure. And I don't wanna feel pressure. Like, I wanna obviously grow, like I said. I want to show up, but I don't wanna feel pressure, because then it's gonna be scary. I don't wanna feel scared. I don't wanna be, and when I'm scared, that means I'm anxious. So I don't wanna feel like that. I really wanna do my fashion content. I just wanna touch on that really fast. I spoke about this before in the other video, and I was saying how, like, I think I said, like, I just wasn't comfortable because of my weight. Just wanted to let y'all know I have been working on my weight as well. I've been intermittent fasting. I'm not gonna lie though, I have been pushing it, like really pushing it to the limit, like, but not purposely, by mistake. I have been going too many hours without eating. I have lost 5 pounds so far, and I'm not working out as much as I would like to, but I am moving my body. I'm making sure I'm going out, taking walks, stuff like that. And I love to take walks now. Sometimes it is hard for me to just get out the house, because I don't know why, it's just a lot for me. Like, I act like I got 5 kids. I don't know why I act like that, but it's funny because my grandma always says, like, oh, having Amir is like having 5 kids, because my son is just so busy all the time. But it's like, I just feel like it's so hard for me to get out the house. It's just so hard for me to get out the house with Amir sometimes, and I just be like, do you want to go out, or do you just want to stay home? Because at this point it's becoming too much of a task. So yeah, I have been getting out more. I have been moving my body more, doing some meditation, which is not gonna help me to lose weight, but that's just helping keep me calm. Yoga, I have to do more yoga. It's hard for me though, because you have to be, like, with a lot of the yoga stuff, like, you have to put, like, the weight on your hands, and my hands have been giving me issues. That's another update I wanted to let y'all know about. I went to the doctor, and they are saying that it sounds like I'm experiencing, like, signs of carpal tunnel syndrome, and my hands have been really bothering me. My hands, like, all the way down to my arm and my elbow, because I'm always on my phone editing, or I'm on the computer editing, or I'm just on my phone scrolling. And I really need to cut down on the scrolling and just focus on, like, okay, whenever I'm online, it's just for me to focus on what I need to do and get off. And I used to have a time limit too on my phone for social media, so I don't know if I want to put that time limit. I want to practice my own discipline. Like, I want to just tell myself, you know what, nope, that's enough for the day. Like, and really, you know, like, look at the time and say, okay, it's this time. All right, you only have an hour and 30 minutes on social media a day, something like that, you know? I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it with all of that stuff. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, can y'all believe that the year is going by so fast? Like, we're already at the half-year mark. And for me, I didn't, like, specifically have, like, I don't really do, like, New Year's resolutions. Like, I just make my vision board, and I just say the things that I want to accomplish. I put them on there. And I've been working on a lot of stuff, and especially things that I didn't even really realize. Like, I have one of the things I have on there. That's why too, you gotta pay attention to a lot of stuff in your life, because one of the things I have on there is giving back. Right, I want to give back, but it's a specific way that I wanted to give back this year. But I haven't been able to give back in that way because I don't have those type of connections yet, which I will soon, one day. I will. But I have been, like, when people ask me for money, I've always been like, if I have it, I'll give it to them. But, like, more so, like, buying people food, stuff like that. And I try to keep change on me when we go to the supermarket, because 9 out of 10 times is this lady there that always asks for $1, and I try to give it to her almost every single time that we go to the supermarket, if she's there. I do have my days where I don't have it, but for the most part, I try to stay on top of that. And like I said, even just buying food, like when we are in McDonald's, stuff like that. I don't eat McDonald's, really. Like, I might have a chicken nugget or something, but when I take Amir there, I try to give to anyone who wants or needs. And like I said, just when we're outside. So I'm happy and I'm grateful about that I'm able to do that. And I looked at my vision board over there. I said, wow, girl, you've been giving back, honey. You've been giving back, baby. I've always given people, though, like, food. Like, if somebody asks me, I've always done that. But I don't know, this year, like I said, I had a specific plan of what type of giving back I wanted to do. And like I said, I'm not able to do that yet because I'm not in those rooms with people who can help me make those things happen. But it's gonna happen one day. And until then, we do what we can. So what else? I'm doing something since oh, so I wanted to say too, right? Like, just before I close out the video, when I was just talking about like the year, how fast it's going, I started my new year basically like before I turned 31. I'm 31. Yeah, I'm like, wait, how old am I? So October 1st, because my birthday is the 31st of October. Before I turned 31, I started like my journaling on October 1st, and I've just been like on a journey because this is the first, like, that was like the first time that I was able to really start doing something, like really doing something for myself since I had Amir. Like, as far as like, I don't want to say what I was doing because I don't want to share that, and I will share with y'all at one point, but it's something that is like it's like, how can I explain it? I've already accomplished it. Like, I did it, completed everything, whatever. Like, I've been knocking things out and down literally all year. Like, in my year, like I said, well, all year from January and all year from October. Like, but really my year, I was counting it as October 1st. Like, I wasn't trying to wait till January 1st to start doing things for myself or doing the things that I felt I needed to make my life better, to better myself. So, yeah, like, I started October 1st, and I've just been knocking things down, literally. But one thing I will share is that I did get my driver's license. I got my driver's license February 10th, the day after Amir's birthday. Amir's birthday is February 9th. I got my driver's license February 10th. So I'm very, 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 very happy about that. Have not been driving, but, which I said I need to start doing again because, what? Oh, because I don't want to forget. That's why. I'm like, because what? Because I don't want to forget. So, yeah, that's one of the things I've accomplished. The other stuff I will share. I promise y'all I will share with y'all at some point in time. Just not right now. Only, like, my really close friends and family know. And not actually even all my family. Because I just don't go around just talking about what I'm doing. Like, I don't know. That's just not a thing that I do. Like, if it comes up, then I talk about it. If not, then I'm not a, like... Not even, it doesn't always have to be bragging. You could just have a conversation, but that's just how I am. Like, I'm just very, like, to myself about stuff. I do have some other stuff that's coming up in the fall, but I don't want to mention it. So it's going to be fun content. I'm praying that it's going to be fun. I really believe that it will be. I just have to, again, keep God first. And just continue to pray and be positive and just get out my head and stop with the thinking that I'm not doing enough or whatever I'm thinking. It's just too much. It's just too much at this point. So it's just like, I need to just show up. I need to just get on these other platforms and just be myself, because I'm just holding back. I'm not being anyone else, but I'm holding back. And I just want to just be myself, show my personality, and just have a good time. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope it wasn't too all over the place. I explained that already to y'all in the beginning. And yeah, so like I said, moving forward, I will have segments of things that I'm talking about for Therapy Thursday. Wait a minute, did I tell y'all? I did not even tell y'all. See, that's why I can't do these videos. Because I don't have I didn't even, like, I'm sharing things with y'all. Like, I just was letting y'all know where things stem from. But I didn't really tell y'all, like, how I've been working on it. So, really fast before I go, right? I did touch on a situation I said happened. And I had basically an aha moment where I was listening to, like, what my therapist said when she said to me, like, everything's not all about you. And that people are going through things. And it's like, once I opened up to my friend about how I was feeling, because I never thought that I had pride, but actually I found out that I do have pride, and I just didn't want to come off as like, oh, I'm being like a crybaby. But once I opened up to her, like, she made me feel very much more comfortable, and that's what my therapist told me to do. She was like, you can just have a conversation, but I was like, I didn't really want to. And also she also told me to keep in mind what she said to me. And I was like, just from that situation and me opening up to my friend, I just like, you know what? Moving forward, that's what I'm going to do with everybody. Like, I'm just going to say how I feel. And it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And just let them know. And if anybody makes me feel like I'm overreacting or I'm being too sensitive, then obviously that person is not the person for me. Like, they just shouldn't be in my life. But my friend definitely did not make me feel like that. She made me feel very good, actually. I was really happy because I suffer from just feelings of neglect. Like, I just always feel like people are going to leave me, and it's like I'll tolerate certain things with somebody, and then when I can't take it anymore, I'll just cut them off because I'm just like, oh, you're just gonna do exactly what this other person did to me. So I'm glad that I'm just done with that, because girl, we don't want to deal with that. We don't want that. And it just feels really, really good to have somebody that's just like reassures you. And I know that somebody's probably gonna be like, oh, this sounds like, you know, like the way I'm talking, it just probably sound like that's stuff that you should do in a relationship. But what people don't get is that friendships are literally just like romantic relationships. You're just not intimate. Like, it literally is. Like, you need to set your boundaries with people. You need to tell them what you expect from them and what you like, you don't like. It's just like, so, and what's gonna trigger you. You want people just to show up for you and respect you. And I just feel like that's definitely what I got back in return. So moving forward, like, I just honestly feel like if anything goes wrong, then that's on me, because she basically opened the door for me to let me know that it's a safe space for me to just tell her how I feel, and she definitely made me feel super duper comfortable, so I really appreciate her for that. It was something else I wanted to talk about really fast. Oh, even my other friend, Lauren, we were talking the other day, and she was like, because I told her, like, she was trying to be my friend, and I was like, I didn't want to be your friend. Like, I wasn't allowing our friendship to happen for a while, and it was because I was scared to let her in. And I was just like, I was just scared. So I was just like, no, I don't want to be friends with her. Like, I didn't tell her up to her face. Like, I told her later on, like, once we became friends, I was like, I was scared to let you in because I don't want to be disappointed. But you cannot live life in fear like that, because when I was younger, when it came to like dating, like, whenever I was in relationships, it would just be like, okay, once I moved on from that person, then I would go into this next situation with a clean slate. And it's like, you should be like that then with women too. Like, there's no reason why you should be giving women such a hard time. But I don't know. It was just been different for me. But like I said, I'm so happy that my friend gave me that safe space, and I'm really, really grateful. And I'm just practicing a lot of gratitude right now, a lot of just going with the flow and not trying to I'm trying not to overthink things. The only thing I'm really overthinking, honestly, is me on social media. But I do want to share things that just feels natural to me. But just when it comes to like things that I'm really trying to work on, I really don't be sharing stuff like that because stuff like that. Anyways, I just don't be sharing those things because I'm just like, yeah, I just need to keep something. You know, you don't tell everything. You just don't tell everything. But y'all will know at some point, like I said. So hopefully that helps you guys. You know, what if you ever going through anything like that with a friend, just like I said, definitely look at when somebody's constantly showing up for you, look at ways that you can be better as a friend. Like, always be aware of that. Like, okay, what can I do to make our friendship better? Maybe this person, and even ask the person, what do you need from me? Hi, boo-boo. Ask the person, what do you need from me? Like, is there anything that I could be doing better as a friend? Because sometimes we don't ask those questions, and people need you to, because they might be feeling a way and they're just not saying it, you know? And then when it comes to like misunderstandings or things that you just don't understand, and you might be thinking somebody's intentionally doing something to you, you need to just talk about it. And don't have pride, because like I said, I never thought I did have pride, and I found out that I did, because I just was scared of looking like a crybaby. Because some women can make you feel like that. Let's not sit up here and act like that's not a thing. Like, some women will be like, oh, like, you're too sensitive or this and that, because they'll do the same thing that men will do. Oh, this and that, like, you acting like, some women will even go as far as saying like, you acting like y'all in a relationship, and it's like, bruh, we are in a relationship, actually, not in a romantic one, but we're in a relationship. So it's like, hello, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. I should be able to, but I think that in the past, other women that I've been friends with have made me feel like maybe I was too emotional, or they weren't emotionally available for me. So then it just caused me to feel like, well, then I cannot be emotional with other women and let them know how I'm really feeling. And at this big age of 31, I just feel like I want friends. I don't want to be lonely. Everybody could sit up here on social media or wherever and be like, oh, I don't want friends and this and that. I do, honey. Amir said, "Hi, girl." Oh, okay. I do want friends, and I don't want to run away my good ones. So, like I said, I'm a work in progress. I'm going to keep working, and that's that. Now it sounds like echoey in here. So I will see you guys in the next one. I really, really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. I tried to be as transparent as possible and as honest as possible, and just letting y'all know what's been going on in my everyday life. And yeah, so that's that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure, oh, don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Comment below if anything that you want to talk about. If it's something that you want to talk about in the next video, please comment below. Subscribe, turn on the post notifications, all of the things. I'll see y'all in the next one.